I'm Peter Whitmore. I'm 73 years old. Some of you might remember me from a few weeks back. The response to that video was overwhelming, and I want to thank you for that. But today, I need to talk about something more personal. Something that concerns every single one of you watching right now, especially if you're over 60. I need to talk about the silent way your body might be failing you without you even realizing it. Right now, as you're sitting there watching this, your legs might be slowly suffocating. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to save your legs. Because here is what most people our age don't realize. That numbness you feel in your feet, that heaviness in your calves after a short walk, those cold toes that won't warm up no matter how many socks you wear. These aren't just signs of getting older. They are warning signals that blood isn't reaching your lower limbs the way it should. And if you ignore these signals, the consequences can be devastating. I've seen it happen, and it's a kind of pain that stays with you. Let me share something that genuinely shocked me when I first read the research. A major study published in The Lancet found that peripheral artery disease affects over 200 million people worldwide. That number has increased by 25% in just the last decade. But here's the truly alarming part. Nearly half of the people with this condition don't even know they have it. They assume it's just arthritis. They think they're just getting slow. They don't connect the dots until something terrible happens. Wounds that won't heal. Infections, even amputation. The American Diabetes Association reports that every 30 seconds, someone in the world loses a limb due to poor circulation. Every 30 seconds. That statistic keeps me up at night. But I wanted to make this video because poor leg circulation is not a death sentence for your mobility. It's not something you simply have to accept. Groundbreaking research has identified specific movements that can dramatically improve blood flow. These aren't complicated gym exercises. They are simple, targeted movements you can do in your living room. A systematic review of 40 trials found that structured programs improved walking distance by an average of 180%. That is nearly triple the distance. Another study from Northwestern University found that those who did these specific exercises had fewer hospitalizations and fewer surgeries than those who relied on medication alone. I'm going to walk you through 5 exercises that specialists actually recommend. I've ranked them from helpful to absolutely essential, but I need you to stay until the end because the number 1 exercise, the one that research shows is more effective than any other single intervention, might completely surprise you. It's not what fitness influencers talk about, but a landmark study found it improved blood flow by 40% in just 12 weeks. That could be the difference between walking to your grandchild's graduation and watching from a wheelchair. Let's start with number 5, ankle pumps and circles. Let's begin with an exercise so simple that many people dismiss it. That's a mistake. Ankle pumps are the foundation. Your calf muscles are often called your second heart. This isn't just a nickname. These muscles contain pumps that push blood back up toward your heart against gravity. A study in the Journal of Vascular Surgery found that even gentle ankle pumps increased blood velocity in the deep veins by 54%. To do them correctly, sit or lie down. Point your toes away, hold for 2 seconds, then flex back toward your shin for 2 seconds. Do 20 pumps and then move into circles. Imagine your big toe is a pencil drawing a large circle. This simple movement, done 10 minutes 3 times a day, showed measurable improvements in 73% of participants in clinical trials. Moving up the list, number 4, seated leg extensions. These target the larger muscle groups in your thighs. The quadriceps are massive blood reservoirs. When you contract them, you're squeezing blood vessels and forcing circulation. Research from the University of Missouri discovered that these contractions release nitric oxide, a molecule that causes blood vessels to relax and widen. Participants showed a 23% improvement in vessel dilation that lasted for hours. Sit in a sturdy chair, straighten your leg, and squeeze that thigh muscle for 3 to 5 seconds. Slowly lower it. This slow movement keeps the tension. Doing this 20 minutes after sitting for a long period is especially beneficial to counteract blood pooling. Now we get vertical. Number 3, standing heel raises. This takes that second heart concept and amplifies it because you're working against your full body weight. Vascular surgeons frequently recommend this because the research is exceptionally strong. A trial in the journal Circulation found that patients who did heel raises had a 34% improvement in walking tests and a 28% increase in blood flow velocity. Stand behind a chair for balance. Rise onto the balls of your feet for 2 seconds, squeeze, and lower for 2 seconds. Start with 10 and work your way up. Consistency matters more than intensity. Do a set every time you brush your teeth. It builds the habit. Number 2, recumbent cycling. This creates continuous rhythmic contractions that train your blood vessels to function better. The evidence here is compelling. A 12-month study from the American Heart Association showed that cycling improved quality of life scores by 37%. You don't need a gym. A simple $30 pedal exerciser in your living room works perfectly. Or, lie on your back and make pedaling motions in the air. This elevation actually helps blood flow back to the heart. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes at a pace where you can still talk. German researchers found that alternating 1 minute of fast pedaling with 2 minutes of slow pedaling was 39% more effective. Speed up during the commercials and slow down during your show. Now, we've reached the exercise that stands above all others. Number 1, supervised walking programs. I promised you the most effective intervention, and here it is. Walking, but not just any walking. The Journal of the American Medical Association published a study showing that supervised walking led to a 128% improvement in distance. The key is intermittent claudication training. Traditional thinking says stop when it hurts. This approach says the opposite. Walk until you feel moderate discomfort, rest briefly, then continue. This cycle triggers your body to build new blood vessels around blocked ones. It's called angiogenesis. It's like your body creating its own natural bypass. Research shows this outperforms medication by a factor of 5. Walk at a moderate pace. Wait until the pain reaches a 5 out of 10, rest, and repeat for 30 to 45 minutes. You now have the 5 proven tools, but knowledge without action changes nothing. The difference between those who improve and those who continue suffering is consistency. Start tomorrow. Pick one exercise. Build the routine. Your legs have carried you through 60-plus years. They walked you to first dates and through your children's first steps. They deserve your attention now. These circulation problems aren't your legs giving up. They're your legs asking for help. Now you know how to provide it. This channel features people like me sharing life advice and memories. If you found this helpful, please subscribe and let us know in the comments your age and where you're watching from. We read every single one. Don't waste the time you still have. Love your body actively, intentionally, while you still can.